What's the plan then?
We're going to the Winchester.
The pub.
Yeah, boy! Hello everybody. Happy Monday, are we all okay? Is everybody alright? Turn that off camera mode. Are we all okay? Everybody had a good weekend and stuff? I'll get some music on. I just want to kind of catch up and chat. Just a bit of a chit-chatty stream. Catch up Monday stream. How is everybody doing? Cookie and oh yeah, and also happy Canadian Thanksgiving. What's the difference between Canadian Thanksgiving and American Thanksgiving? I have to let me know. What's the difference? Do you have big turkeys and that? What's it called? What's the? I can't think what it's called. It looks like mashed potato. Have like big bowls of mashed potato or something. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving. The Canadian one is religious. The US one is we stole your land and killed most of you. The Canadian one is. The Canadian one is religious. What's fantastic. Yeah. So the American one is it's not Independence because that's Independence Day, isn't it? It's the whatever. Okay, I don't really know. But yeah, it's religious. Do you have like big gatherings and stuff? Is it as big as the American one in terms of having like weeks off work and doing like big present swapping meal things? Although I suppose everything is a bit OTT in America anyway in terms of size. Let's make Halloween such a huge thing. The Canadian one is religious. So how many Canadians? So Cookie's Canadian, isn't he? Cookie's Canadian. Purpley Spark is Canadian. Whiskey, you're not, are you? Target's Canadian. Co is Canadian. Shay is obviously Canadian. Are there any Canadians that are missing? Who's Canadian that I've forgotten about? That sounds right. How are you doing, Whiskey? Whiskey man, are you okay? We need to get some music on, don't we? I thought I'd yeah, I'm just doing it like it's not. We're not going to be like painting or anything. We're just going to do some. Fuck you, I'm French. I spoke to some French Canadians at an airport in Paris once. French Canadians. Are you actually French then, Purples? Did you come over from France and then decided to live in Canada land with parents or something? Did your parents decide? Fuck off, I'm French. I am French indeed. Oh, nice one. Congrats. I worked here for work, then decided to stay. Oh, you came here for work. So you grew up in the France land. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, I've been printing some things over the weekend. I've been finishing YouTube videos over the weekend. This guy looks pretty cool. He looks a little bit busy. What do you think? I think he looks a little bit busy. I'm definitely going to have to. There we go. I'm definitely going to have to like do another one, I think. But for a Pro Tour, he's not bad. He's definitely not bad for a start. Like, make use of the things that you've got, right? So he's looking pretty good. And then we got this one. He's looking all right. Got his transfer on his back. Avian, hey, how you doing?
Hi, all purples.
so I can type horrible French and Alice will time me out. Oh, hi, Chris.
That's a well reminded. Thank you very much. I need to put Twitch chat on, not just Restream chat, because Restream chat doesn't tell me about those things. Create a dashboard, stream manager, pop out chat. There we go. Avian, how are you doing? Avian. There we go. Okay, I will not type horrible French. Purples and I were almost neighbours once. No way! Please explain. Please explain. There we go. Nice cup of tea. Yeah, I've had a bit of a weird weekend, to be honest. But we all get through it, don't we? Move all these out of the way. That's the head for the other guy. I think the head. What do you think of this? What do you think of the skin tone? You were living in Versailles, and if I remember correctly, she lived quite close by. Well, until 2011. Oh, whiskey, nice. Meaning my French demarcation.
And of course this lazy butt still hasn't said avian sound interesting.
No, I haven't. I haven't. Or Sinisters. Yeah, I was living in Ellen Court. I was living in Ellen Court. Avian, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm very sorry. So I will do it. I will do it. It will be a momentous day. It will be a momentous day when I do get around to doing it. I'm going to put the music on as well before Olivia shouts at me for that as well. Right, open file. How's Olivia today? How is Olivia today? Is Olivia doing alright? Home of France Miniature and about 20 minutes from Versailles. Yeah, unbeknownst to us, we lived close to each other for about 6 years. Fantastic. That's really cool. It's a small world, isn't it? Small world, as you soon find out when you go on the internet and you do streaming things. Yeah. So I printed one of the Hell Knights for Trench Crusade. I'm going to try and do brown undertones on them all to kind of try and tie everything together. So we'll see how that works. But he's looking pretty cool. I've not started painting all these yet, but I will kind of get round to it. Started the at least the shoulder pads and stuff. I've been trying to get on top of like all the dust and everything on my desk, so I've been trying to clear everything off because as they're kind of resting and settling here, they just get loads of dust on them, which is really annoying. So I've dusted loads of them and put them away in boxes. Could have played so many tabletop games. Could have done. Pibbles plays all sorts of tabletop games as well. She's very busy on tabletop games now. Since she started playing Necromunda. 10,000 years of dust. 10,000 years of dust. Target, happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Target. I'll have to ask Purple, how different is Quebecois versus actual French? Hang on, I was quite disturbed that I could not understand one word from the radio. Fun fact, they had me take a French test for my permanent residency, and one of the themes of discussion was an article about French miniature. And I was like, oh, you know what, guys? I used to live there and went to visit this place regularly with the kids. Why, thanks you. You're welcome, Target. What do you do? What do you do as a Canadian land person people during your Thanksgiving? What's a not a regular or a normal, but what's your what's this year's Thanksgiving-y thingy that you do? Are you going to have like a big meal and present swapping or stuff? Even after all this time, I sometimes have a hard time understanding them when they talk. What kind of turkey will you have? Or is it a turkey thing? So it is a turkey thing. It is a turkey thing. Brick! How are you doing, Brick? Brickety brick brick. Brick! Hello, my name is Brick. Presents, we do presents. I haven't got a clue. I'm just going from the really, really terrible American Hollywood film Thanksgiving on what people do in Thanksgiving. So I don't know what Canadians do in Thanksgiving, but Americans have a massive murder mystery slash fest. Only advantage of Thanksgiving for me is the day you have off. Okay, so you just have the day off and then you just chill out and you just go, oh, by the way, it's Thanksgiving, yay. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for streaming, Chris. Is that what you're thankful for? Are you thankful for me streaming today? Because it gives you something to do. Otherwise, you'd be bored on Thanksgiving. How thankful are you that I am streaming today? Just how thankful are you? Yeah, I've printed some more. Printed some more. What do I call it? Transport, and check these two out. Found this one. This one's really cool.
You'd better be streaming or I'd swim across the ocean to bash your head in.
It's a long way from Australia, Olivia. It's a long way from Australia. How good are you at swimming, Olivia? Just before I start to berate you, Olivia, I need to know how good you are at swimming, because if you are very, very good, like I am, I'd better berate you carefully. Thanksgiving is one of the best holidays. You eat and that's it. Other than drinking, and for Yankees, I'm using this for brevity. Sorry, Midwesterners and Southerners and Westerners, yada yada, and watching American football for some. Early, smaller gathering because I'm flying to Japan. Dude, you going to Japan? Buy me some Gundam. I had dinner with my parents. Actually, can you see if you can get a Nikon SP for me, please? Thank you.
I bite and eat sharks while swimming. That's how good I am.
Oh, wow! Olivia's very good then. Sayonara, suckers, back in 2 weeks. Dude, I can't stream. I can't stream for the next 2 weeks because Target's not here. Target's literally not here, and he is the heart and soul of Twitch chat. So without him, I'm not going to be able to stream. Tokyo and Kyoto. Fantastic. Fantastic, dude. Watch it, Chris. Aussies are world-class swimmers. They are world-class swimmers. Although I did beat the Australian swimmer in my swimming group, so he wasn't that world class of a swimmer, was he?
Everyone, Christopher has a death wish.
Death wish or Death Note, or Black Phone. Black Phone 2 is coming out. There's a few horrors coming out this month, which should be quite interesting. I'm still waiting for Saw 11. Saw 11 is coming, but not quite quickly enough. Nice. Yeah, so I've got this one. This one, he's quite cool. I think he's quite cool. He's a well, I don't really know what he is, but he's like some weird Crusade paladin. He does have a shield. Where's his shield? Can't find his shield, but yeah, he does have a shield, but I'll probably leave it off because I think he's quite cool like that. So he can be some weird Crusade paladin person, which is quite nice. And then I also have a cool nun as well.
Speaking of Saw, the 6th episode, when said out loud, is pronounced like the French for sausage. That's your fun fact for the day, Tom.
Sausage! Sausage! I think you'll find he missed out sausage in the dictionary. Oh, and aardvark. Saw 6. French for sausage. Is it called Saw 6? Is the 6th... I don't know whether it is called Saw 6, isn't it? Hang on. Is it called Saw 6 or was it Saw 3D at that point? Oh no, it is called Saw 6, okay. It is called Saw 6. Saw 5, Saw 3D! I was right! Oh no, 2009. Okay, 2000. Okay, so Saw 3D is 7. Fine. Okay, I was wrong. French pronounced 6 as cis. So Saw 6 is pronounced saucis, and sausage is saucy. Saucisson. Is it not saucisson? How cool is she though? Look at her. She's like a crusading nun. Look, she's got a crusade helmet. She's awesome. I really like her. She's fantastic. So she's got a little pistol and a sword. Saucisson is different from saucisse. Oh, okay. Saucisson. Don't mind if I do. What's everybody else been up to this weekend? And how good do you actually think Olivia is at swimming? She can apparently beat up a shark whilst swimming, but do you think she's lying or not? And how thankful are you that I'm streaming today? Yeah, so I printed those out this weekend, which is quite cool.
Not beat it. Eat it.
You're eating a shark. You're eating a shark while swimming. What happens when another shark comes up? Are you able to beat the other shark while you are eating its friend? And right now, I do need to show you this, and I need to get your opinions on this as well. I got some really cool Cult of Paint stuff.
I beat the fucker with the other fucker.
You know Gundam is going to have miniature light Warhammer. Yeah, Gundam's going to have a miniatures game. I am aware of the Gundam miniatures game. It should be quite cool. Cult of Paint. So I've had some Cult of Paint stuff delivered. Yeah, we'll definitely paint up some Gundam mini-minis. So I got her, which is gorgeous. She's also got an alternative head, which isn't in there. And then, not only did I get the bust, but I got the 54mm version of her as well. I decided to go for a normal face for her. And of course, my day off, Leo has decided to sleep on my painting desk chair, meaning I can't paint. Oh no! What were you going to paint today? Her shoes are atrocious. She's got little pixie shoes, look. She's got little sandals with like turnips at the end. Would it be better, would it make you feel better, Purples, if I just sanded down the little peak? The little spiky bit. Orchiday, the Orc Lady Warrior for my daughter. Chris, question for you. I put a pic in Stream Gallery. The Siegebreaker model is out of stock on the US Games Workshop site, so I kickbash one and put it there. Does it read as one? If you say it's a Steam, if you say it's a Siegebreaker, I'm sure it will read as one. Looks pretty much like a Siegebreaker to me. It's a Marine with a big hammer. Yep. Looks cool to me. Looks cool to me, dude. 100%, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it just looks like one. It's things like... where's my Vigilator? There's my Vigilator. Does that look like a Vigilator? It's got a Vigilator gun and it's got a cape. I think you've hit all the characteristics of a Siegebreaker with yours, and you'll quite like, especially if you put it on a cool base as well. If you lift the base up and give him a tactical rock to be standing on, I think you'll nail the Siegebreaker look. And then there's the Moritat as well. That's one more attack. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. So yeah, right, so I got these, which are really cool. She's going to she gets to stand on a little log. So I'm thinking of putting her on a wooden plinth, because I mean she's gorgeous. That's so pretty. That's so pretty. It's such a cool model. So that's really nice. So we're going to do that one, and then we have. I'm going to preface this with, I think this is the most beautiful sculpt I think I've ever seen. Like having it in your hand and seeing it in person. I don't know. Hopefully, this is going to translate on stream as well. But I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Probability factor.
Hey,
1 to
Teeny.
1. We have normality.
We do have normality because Teeny Tiny is here.
Normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem.
Blind Elf Archer. I think that's such a gorgeous sculpt. And I want to know whether you agree or whether I'm just swayed by something. I don't know. I think it's absolutely stunning. And she doesn't have shoes that Purples hates. See, she's just wearing sandals as well, Purple. So I reckon if I just sand down the tips.
Elves are such show-offs that they put a bandage on their eyes and are like, fuck you, I don't need eyes to throw arrows.
The ears are so anime, but otherwise very nice. I really like the ears. I think the ears look fab. The elven ears, I think they look fantastic. I think she's absolutely stunning. It's such a gorgeous sculpt. And I'm struggling to explain why. I don't know why. I think it's just absolutely brilliant. I need to clean up a little bit. The hair has got a little bit of fluff on the cast, which I need to clean up. But it's so nice. So yeah, if I just sand those, because they are a bit pointy, they are a bit silly. If I just sand those round, then it will remove the point on the sandals. So she's pretty cool. But they're really nice casts. They're really nice sculpts. Now the question I would like to ask you is this is what she goes on. So she goes on this little base here like this. Okay. Hey Alfredo, how you doing? So she goes on this little base. Now she's clearly like a wood elf. So she's in the woods. She's shooting some deer or whatever, or some people who are intruding on her lifestyle or whatever. But I have cut a wooden plinth. So what do you think about mounting it on a wooden plinth like that, rather than on like just a regular black plinth? So that's the black plinth. And now I posted this on the internet, and I think there was a little bit of confusion that people thought I was just going to stick it on there. It is going to have like textured, like jungle floor and everything on the top of the plinth. It's just going to be the plinth is going to be this bark, And I think it looks pretty cool. I've done 2, so that's the other one. This one's probably a little bit better. Personally, I'd go plain black. She should go on a tree branch. Oh my, this is an oldie but a goodie. How are you doing, Alfredo? Guess I'm in the minority. Well, I really like it. I really like it, Avian, and like once all this has been like textured and you've got like, and I cut it at an angle as well because this is all like angled up there, so I cut that at a bit of an angle as well. That one's slightly more of an angle. But I think it would look really good. Now, Avian, you and I are in good company because I asked Rich as well, and Rich said, yeah, I really like that. The problem with the wood is it might detract from how the log she's standing on is painted. What, you mean if I don't paint it well enough, then it's not going to look like wood because there's wood on the plinth? Yeah, you see, I really like it. So I am going to try, and what I'll probably do is put a bit of putty on here, squash that into it. So squash it in to make a shape, and then texture the top, so that I can then just kind of take it off and have a look and see. Because it's no loss if it doesn't work. It's no loss to me. Because I just cut these out of a bit of tree and then cook them in the oven. So would you paint the log like the plinth, or would that cause a blending issue? It wasn't. No, it wasn't an insult. It will be hard work if you sculpt it as if the rock is in the middle of the tree. It could look amazing. No, this is just going to be the plinth. The fact that it's a wooden plinth has got nothing to do with the fact that it's got a rock growing out of the wood. It's not that. It's just the plinth side is going to be bark rather than black. See, this is the thing. Everybody was getting confused and thinking that I was trying to say that there was going to be a rock growing out of a bit of a tree. So anyway, I think it's... I'm just going to decide which one to use. Just going to decide. I think actually that one's quite cool. Actually, if I turn it, I hadn't turned it like that. That's quite cool because then you've got the. What's that like if you turn it? Cover the rock and floor in moss. Yeah. All this is going to be treated exactly the same as you would a base. So it's going to be treated exactly like that. It's just the side of the plinth is this wooden look. And Purples was saying you should have some water down here as well because it looks like this rock could be overhanging some water, which would be quite interesting, but I'm not sure. I meant you might want to get more interesting with the wood she stood on, and then if that's all cool and mossy and varied, but the wood on the plinth is fairly plain, it might look a bit odd. Ah, okay. Yeah, this is going to be quite mossy. And also, I've just noticed that I didn't cut that parallel. That's thicker than that. That's annoying. So perhaps some forest of tritus, dirt, leaves, maybe some grass, and perhaps some mushrooms. Yeah. All this is just going to be like it's exactly the same. Like I wouldn't just stick it on the plinth like that. You're obviously going to throw some context on the base. But yeah, I thought it would look quite cool. So is that one? That one's level, so I might have to use this one. And to be fair, that one like that actually looks quite cool. I quite like this bit here leading up. So I might use this one. And then once that's on there like that, then that goes there like that. I think she looks quite cool. If no stream, some fungus growing on the rock. Right, so it's got to be this one, hasn't it? It's got to be this one then, which is good actually, because I cut this one. I cut this one straight. If you look at this one, I kind of stopped halfway. Look, so this is all flat. I've sanded all that flat there, and then there's a bump as I was pushing it through. I kind of reset my finger and then pushed it through further, and I've got a ledge, dink, which I'd have to try and sand back. And the same with that. That's not straight either. So that one's just rubbish then. Is that one or that one? So which side do you have leading up to her then? Do you have this side leading up to her, or do you have this side leading up to it? It's got to be that side, isn't it? That's more at an angle. What's the Archer Mini? She's gorgeous, dude. So this is from Cult of Paint. It arrived this weekend. So that's one that I got from Cult of Paint. That's another I got from Cult of Paint. And then that's the other I got from Cult of Paint. Oops. The downside to this is that I want more. I want more of them now because they're absolutely stunning. So they've done plenty. What's her name? Her name is Sciotend? Something like Sciotend. But give me a second, I'll show you the one that Rich painted. Where's the one that Rich painted? Yeah, so I've been flicking through Trench Crusade stuff. I've been flicking through Trench Crusade stuff over the weekend as well, which has been slightly annoying. Because it is a really, 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 really cool universe. Yeah, that's Rich's one. It's the one that Rich painted. Planning my Golden Demon entry for next year, and I'm in trouble planning on planning the plinth. How I want to create it. My mini is the Imagifier, and was thinking of something like an Imperial City battle scene. So the Imagifier, you're going to be going into single mini. You only have a limited size to kind of play with the Imagifier. So make sure that you're not thinking too big and just using small aspects to portray the Imperial City battle scene. Yeah, gorgeous. Yeah, so this is kind of how I'm going to paint her. This is kind of how I want to paint her. So you've got the cold blue tones down in the bottom there, and then the highlights are all kind of like the warm sunlight. And you'll notice that mine doesn't have the bird on. I do have the bird, but I have snipped her off her shoulder. So here is the bird. I have snipped her off her shoulder because I quite like that silhouette as herself. I think if you once you add the bird on, I just think it messes with the silhouette a little bit, and I'm not a big fan of it, so I just removed it. Had an interruption. Do you get what I was trying to say? Yeah, totally, Tony. Yep, I do. What, the bird is so cool. The bird is cool, but I like that silhouette a little bit more without it. The bird's lovely. It's a really nice sculpt of the bird as well, look. So I've kept it, so maybe I can use it on something else. But I just felt without the bird, because I'm guessing in the lore the bird is like flies off and gives her some guidance when she's shooting her arrows or something. But I just thought without the bird looked cooler. Well, not looked cooler, looked cleaner, and I like clean silhouettes. I like clean silhouettes, which is why I don't like the backdrops, or the backdrop shit that's started coming into miniature painting in recent months and years. Like, I just think that silhouette is really nice. It doesn't need a backdrop with like loads of trees free-handed on it. It's got to go on something so pretty. It's nice, isn't it? But yeah, so she's absolutely stunning. And then that's the other elf, which we're going to sand the sandals down so they don't look like pixie shoes. So she's absolutely gorgeous as well. She came with 3 different head options, so you could either have this head on her, which I didn't use because I've put it on the bust, and then the other head option was like a big beak, which was really cool. Where's the big beak? Oh, that's the other head option for the bust. So there was just like a normal elf head for the bust, which was quite cool. Oh, I don't know where the other head options have gone. But anyway, I've glued that head on, so I thought it would be cool just to paint like a really nice face for that one, because it's just gorgeous. So they're really nice, and it will be a really nice kind of change of pace. Really nice change of pace to paint some 54mm and some busts. So I'm really looking forward to doing those. I will prime her first probably, because she's just so cool. So cool, and I love the like Far Eastern longbow. It's almost like a Chinese longbow. That is beautiful. So yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. Hey Manaringo, how you doing? So what's everybody else been up to this weekend? So yeah, I'll try some wood, but if in doubt, I will just use some plinths. I need to buy some more plinths anyway. You need some noms. Doing okay. Didn't have a great night's sleep, so just got showered. Nice. I slept okay, but then woke up really early and had like disturbed sleep for like a couple of hours, which was weird. But yeah, it was good. And I've just got her look Mannering. Got her delivered at the weekend. Gosh, she is absolutely gorgeous. And then I also printed these, which look really cool. Let's just get the light in so you can see a bit better. Check that out. Let's do a zoomy in. There you go. Check her out. How cool is she? She's got a little bit of damage on her sword. I have sanded the underside of it to try and smooth that out, but she's really cool. So that's going to be that's one of the warrior nuns. Definitely going to be one of the warrior nuns for the Trench Pilgrims. I printed out the Safe for Stream other warrior nun. So there's the other one. I could actually print her a little bit bigger, couldn't I? I could scale her up a fraction. She could be a little bit larger. How does she compare to these? Yeah, she could be a tiny bit larger in scale. Like the pistol and the sword are very small in scale, so I could probably push that up to 105% and print that again. Looks perfectly sane for current times. And then, check this one out as well, Manaringo. Check out the Paladin, who I think I could probably also scale up a little bit. Well, maybe he's about right, actually. Maybe he's about right. So he's alright. I think the Warrior Nun, I think I could just scale up her up. I mean, look at the difference in the size of the sword. The sword looks really slender. Anyway, I think they're both absolutely gorgeous, to be honest. I think they're really nice, and I love the Crusader helmet on the nun. Looks like a Hobbit Nazgul. It does look like a Hobbit Nazgul, doesn't it? So I think he looks really cool. I was looking at the Trench Crusade stuff over the weekend. He's just been very, very lightly super glued onto the base so I can snap him off. I'm printing some bases out at the moment. And I'm not going to put them on bases, so I've just printed base toppers, but I've scaled the base toppers up because obviously they're 25mm bases, and then they chamfer in a little bit, so the base toppers are slightly smaller. So I've scaled the base toppers up to 25mm, and then they're just going to be bases themselves. Just gives a little kind of nudge away from Warhammer, I think, if you do that. So yeah, I'm printing some bases out at the moment. Hopefully they will come out okay, and I can glue a few of these onto some cool bases. Yeah, I think it's quite cool. And I like the horns, the thorns around his head as well. I think he's quite cool. So he's good. And then I also printed a Hell Knight because the Hell Knights are awesome. So there's a Hell Knight printed out. And the detail's printing really well. I do have to drill that out. In fact, let's do that now. I do have to drill this out. And I also got delivered this morning, I got some brass rod, or some brass tubing, I should probably say. Got some brass tubing delivered this morning. And here we go. There we go. Some little brass tubing, look. So it's a brass tube, so this is the idea that I'm going to do is really, really simple. I'm going to change the cartridge. I'm going to change the magazine, but for the Seeker squad. So the Seeker squad have what's the weapon called? What's the bolter called? It's almost like a legend bolter, but it's not. What's it called? Can't think. Anyway, the Seekers have like a different bolter, It's almost like the Vigilator, so it's almost like this bolter. I think in fact the Vigilator does have the bolter that the Seekers have. So rather than using this all the time, I thought I would just extend it like that and then drill in the centre. But rather than doing that, I got some brass tubing. Look, so then I'm going to cut the brass tubing. I'm going to glue that in there instead, and then we're going to have that as the sniper. And I think the brass tubing will make it look really smart. And then also because that's a 0.8 on the inside, you can't quite see the. Can I show it that way? There we go. Because it's got a 0.8mm inside, I can put the brass wire that I've got on the inside, glue it in, and then drill for the brass wire and then kind of butt it up. So that will be really smart. So that, I think, I'm going to cut loads of barrels that length, ding 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 ding, go all the way down, cut loads of barrels that length, and then have some Seeker bolters made up. So I think that would look, I think that's going to look really smart. What do you think? What do you think? I think that should look really good. Because they can't all look like this. And then I'll just drill that suppressor exhaust hole in the end of it as well. Sounds cool. I think that should work really well. Mannering, I've been painting that guy up over the weekend, so he's nearly finished now as well. I've got a few last little bits of details to paint up for the video. But the video on this guy is mainly going to be about painting the cloak and then doing transfers, because that transfer was a nightmare to put on. But that transfer, that's what the video is going to be about, like saving transfers and how to paint cloaks. That's what I'm going to try and focus the video on. I'm just finishing it up for the final video turntable bit. There we go. So that's gone all the way through there. I was supposed to be at the TSN Old World event this weekend, but sadly I was not able to get down. So I did email Rob and tell him. Car has not passed its MOT, and I need to get it sorted out. Was unable to do so in the time frame. Oh, there's a new Red Goblin being announced. Wreck the Halls, the Red Goblin is back. Is he good? Can I paint him like Art the Clown again, like I did last year? Can I paint him like Art the Clown? That's the question. He's a robot Red Goblin. How am I going to paint that like Art the Clown? Oh, he's riding a robot. Okay, so I need to change that for a chainsaw. I need to change this bit for a chainsaw so I can have chainsaw and then blood dripping down into the sack. Do I change the whole thing for a chainsaw? Do I change all of this for a chainsaw, or just a chainsaw bayonet? I think I just have a chainsaw bayonet, right? Clockwork, fantastic. Chainsaw bayonet, yeah, sinister. I agree. I think I cut that off there. Cut that off there, put a chainsaw, and then have blood dripping down into that. Brilliant. Strapped on with ribbons. Yes! Yes, there we go. Chainsaw bayonet would be hilarious. and then paint him like Art the Clown again, because like that's how I painted the last one. You all remember. If you don't remember my last, I will put my last. Where is it? Here's my goblin, Art the Clown. I didn't do him very well, because I had like 2 days to paint him or something. But yeah, it's supposed to be Art the Clown. I'll do a better job of painting him as Art the Clown this time. Looks like some kind of 3D sculpt abomination. What, this one? It does look a little bit like they've just like dropped a barrel in a bits box, doesn't it? I don't quite know where the head, the relevance of the head looks really weird, but I think he's riding it. It looks like he's riding it, look. I think. You can't really see. But yeah, that's quite funny. It looks like he's riding in the robot. Yeah, because there's his head, obviously. What's Art the Clown? Oh. Oh. If you don't know what Art the Clown is, I suggest doing a quick Google, because I'm not entirely sure I can Google it. Hang on, let me do a Google off stream. Sorry, I wasn't even showing this. Yeah, because this is the head here, and then I think he's riding the robot. Art the Clown is the clown from the Terrifier series. It's a horror film series. Yeah, it's an evil clown. I can't make the shapes make sense. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It is weird. I think again, it's the photography. It's the angle that they photographed him at. Like, I'm sure if you turned it slightly, just so that because you need reference to what this is. I can't see what it is. Anyway, if you like people getting killed and that's it, it's a movie for you. No, it has story. There's story in there, Avian. She's an angel, sort of, maybe. I don't know why I wanted to paint the last one as Art the Clown. I think I might have just watched the series or something, and I was like, "Oh, that would be really cool. Let's paint him as Art the Clown." Oh, what's that one? Oh, is that safe? Hang on, is that safe for stream? Oh no, there we go. Yeah, that's Art the Clown. That's Art the Clown. Yeah, I just thought it'd be really funny, and I didn't think they would get the reference, like, because I painted him like that. I didn't think they would get the reference. I'm gonna have to do a better job. I'm gonna have to do a better job this time round and give him like the black lips. I forgot or just didn't give him the black lips. Damn Gobbo is like a cat, able to squeeze through small places. So yeah, I'll do a better job because I don't think they'll get the reference. And I just thought it was funny to have a reference to the Terrifier. I would say it's hard to show caked on makeup. He needs blood on. Yeah, he's going to have blood on his face. He'll have blood on his face, and I'll do black lips, and then the really white teeth. The thing is, he always, for some reason, he's always got goggles on, which makes it really difficult to do the black eyes. But I'll just paint the goggles black, paint his skin white, because he's got a like I painted it as if he had like a clown hat on rather than a Santa hat. That was the idea. Like he had a clown hat on rather than a Santa hat. That was the point. Can't get on with horror movies, but I don't mind reading it. Yeah, it's particularly gruesome. But yeah, he's quite a weird character. Anyway, yeah. Beside the point. So I'll carry on my tradition of painting the red gobbos as Art the Clown. Yeah, do this one. I'll do a chainsaw bayonet on there, some blood dripping off. Fill the bag. Now, shall I fill the bag with blood and then just have a tree growing out of the blood? I think that would be cool. Rather than it's got little bombs in there as well. Do I put the bombs? Maybe I put the bombs on the base here. Still need to paint all my red gobbos. Yeah, I'll do that. Or maybe hang on. No, that's a present bomb. What would Art be holding if not a I mean, it kind of fits. That's why I thought it was really funny, because it kind of fits. Because he's delivering a bomb present, which is quite funny. Yeah, I think it's just a chain bayonet, isn't it, with blood dripping down and filling the bag. I'm guessing the bag is full of stuff. You can't see the bag here. Fill the bag with blood. Have that, and then yeah, okay, I'll do that. When is he out anyway? When can I get him? When can I get him? Christmas. Oh, it's when you... Right, okay. They don't say when you can get him. So I just have to wait for Christmas. I'll wait for Christmas and then paint him up as Art the Clown. Funny. Funny. Anyway, there we go. I think I can go one size larger on that. Let's go one size larger. Just keep opening this up a little bit. And the cool thing about painting him as Art the Clown is that he's just white, so you don't have to mess around with any kind of complicated highlights and stuff, because it's just black and white. Been doing more tiny patterns. You have? Oh, yes, definitely. I want to see everybody's weekend progress. Everybody throw all your stream gallery stuff in. Like, we're not doing a painting stream today. We're literally doing a catch-up stream with what everybody's been working on and stuff. And like, I'm showing off some miniatures that I've printed and some miniatures that have been delivered. You painted faces, nice one. Sinister, I still need to send you those bases. Base coated Swift Claws. I have been thinking more and more about the Raven Guard stuff. Obviously, because I'm obsessed with Raven Guard at the moment. I've been thinking more and more about the Raven Guard stuff. Oh, also, I've been invited over to SN Battle Reports to do a battle report once the Raven Guard are done. So Pardo's invited me over for a battle report. So I definitely need to finish the Raven Guard now. I've been thinking more and more about Raven Guard, 40k Raven Guard, and the more I think about it, the more I think I can use the Space Wolf models more and more.
I've been thinking more about Raven Guard. No fucking shit, fucking Sherlock.
All right, Olivia, God, really patronising and like just take the piss, don't you? Whenever you can, you just take the piss out of me for like being excited about Raven Guard. I'm not allowed to be excited about things on stream anymore because Olivia just goes me. We need to get a new Twitch lady. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So
Captain fucking Obvious.
That's Mr. Captain fucking Obvious to you, Olivia. Yeah, so been thinking more and more about it, and I've been watching some videos, some of Valborn's videos for sculpting, so I can sculpt the Raven skulls and things. And I'm just 40k Raven Guard. I think are going to be really, really fun to play around with. And I think in my head, and disagree with me if you like, Twitch chat. Please disagree with me if I am wrong. But in my head, like all the kind of the feral fur, leather, skulls and everything that fit the Space Wolves also sort of fit the Raven Guard as well, in terms of like the feral angle. Olivia, I don't know what you think about that, but yeah, I think a lot of the Space Wolf stuff, you have to kind of soften down some of the fur, and almost kind of resculpt some of the fur, I think. But then, like, if you replace all the wolf skulls with just like raven skulls, I think they're pretty much all kind of fit. And like the wolf tails, if you replace a wolf tail with a feather, I think they all kind of fit. And add some greeblies, yeah, I think they're about right. I think 40k Horus Heresy. I'm pretty happy with just like a couple of feathers here and there, and then like just pushing them a little bit further in terms of like this guy. I want to try and get some more of these really, really cool shin pads and things on models. The wings with the raven skull in the centre and stuff like that. I think that's some place to go for characters, which we're going to play around with. But then also you can also do it with the transfers as well. So not so much in my head for the 30k stuff, but the 40k stuff, I think you can investigate it further, and also Primaris are larger as well, so you've got a larger kind of blank canvas. Right, let's go and have a look at some. Let's go have a look at some cool shit that you've been doing. So Manaringo's Lord of the Rings stuff has arrived, which is awesome. The Wolf are fast stalkers, kind of like Korkors. Yeah! You'll have a lot of transforming to do on the Wolf, but yeah, it kind of fits. It does, doesn't it? I think it does. And I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with sculpting as well, like I have. Where did I put my... Oh, hang on. I know where it is. So let me just close the Discord bit down. We'll get back to the Discord in a second. I'm still just kind of storytelling and telling you what I've been doing. So this Garfield is allergic to all Mondays. This is a pencil case that my sister bought me for Christmas, which I didn't think I was ever going to use because like I don't have that many pencils. Well, I do have a lot of pencils, but none that I thought would need to go in a pencil case. Anyway, I was going to use them for brushes, and then obviously Artis Opus ! Brush. If you want to go and check some Artis Opus stuff out, Artis Opus sent me the Artis Opus brush, and they come in a case. So anyway, I was making some sculpting tools. I was making some sculpting tools at the weekend. So this is what Valborn uses. So it's a bamboo skewer, which you sand down to a point. So that's a really, really pointy one. And then you also have one that's not quite so pointy. So if you put these two together, look, you have one that's not quite so pointy. So the not so pointy one is for like things like fur. And then the pointy one is for doing your skulls and things. And then I also put my clay shapers in there, and I've got some larger clay shapers which came, and then my other sculpting tools which I bought. So they're all now in my sister's thing. And then I've also got 4 more bamboo skewers just to if I need to make or want to make any more. Someone's been watching Valborn. Yes, yeah. I talked to Valborn a lot. He was giving me some advice about sculpting the raven skulls, So rather than, this is the exciting thing, rather than making a mould now, rather than making a mould of the Raven Skull and putting it onto, and then putting it onto the shoulder pad, I'm actually just going to sculpt it onto the shoulder pad, because I think I can. I think I've got the skills to do that now. So that's going to be really exciting when I do that. I'll probably start that tomorrow, hopefully. Right, let's go back to Discord. Have a look at everybody. You know, with how chunky they sculpt fur, could you lightly sand it so the surface of each bit is a little flatter, then paint it like a cloak of black iridescent feathers? The scale might fit. Yes, yes. So that's one option. That is definitely one option. Teeny tiny. Sculpting, sanding it back, because it is really aggressive. Like if you look at, let's just go to where is Valborn? See if I can find the fur cloak before I. Where is it? There's a fur cloak that Valborn did that is just like really subtle and soft, and it looks much better than the aggressive, harsh, fur texture that they do on their models. So if I do get some, like the Terminator with a big cloak over his shoulders, like Teeny Tiny says, I think I can just sand it down, either sand it down and paint it like feathers, or sand it down and sculpt some softer fur on it. I'm trying to find the pick key. There we go. So much more kind of softer furs. Just sculpting feathers into the fur works too. Yes, so you could easily kind of like sculpt a couple of feathers like hanging out of this as well, which would look really, really cool. So yes, Teeny Tiny, that is definitely something that I'll be looking at. Did you see him on Jugs? I did. Yes, I did listen to that. I did listen to that episode. But yeah, he's helped me a load over the years. So it's the same with Alfarius. Alfarius helps me a lot. Oh, this is Whiskey with the scaling up of his custodians, which are awesome. Yeah, they look really good. And then Purpley Spark, surprise, surprise, is doing a test colour scheme for Nunvember when we start doing Nunvember, and it's purple. Yeah, the mini app when he made the was it an axe he did? I think it was an axe he made. So that was really cool. So what do we think about Purple's purple colour scheme as a test for Nunvember? The scaler is always weird with the fur. I mean, I know why they do it. It's because they make it easy to paint, right? Needs some shading, but I love it. It's cool, isn't it? It looks alright. Ben will post what he's been up to once he's finished cooking things. Sinister, same comment. What, the shading? Purpley Spark, Twitch chat are voting that you need some shading on this. But yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Like, I'm guessing that was painted pretty quickly as well, because it's like a test colour scheme. Some more models for Conclave. Big guy's a Gateway Guardian. Is this Malediction? Is this the Malediction thing? But yeah, as a colour scheme concept, purples, I like that. I think that'll be really cool for Nunvember. I'm excited for Vallejo's upcoming True Metallic paints. Dunk the Whole Sister and Noel success. He's really cool. I like this guy. I like him. Malediction is interesting. They've got some really nice models, but the models all seem to be scattered. All the models I like seem to be scattered around different factions, which is weird. Can we get a side eye emote for comments like Whiskey? What did Whiskey just say? Dunk the whole sister in Nolan oil. Oh right, yes. I am considering. I'm considering. Hang on. Because I want to kind of redo all my emotes, and I'm considering. I'm considering just taking screenshots. I'm considering just taking screen caps of all my Instagram emoji avatar thing. Although I don't quite know why. I don't know why I couldn't get my eyes closer together. My eyes seem really wide. But yeah, I was going to take just like screenshots of all of these and then turn these into avatars, emojis. Like Angry Chris, rah! Contemplative Chris, 100% Chris. Poo Chris. I just prefer the control and saturation I get from thinning contrasts instead of using washes. Yeah, I think it depends on A, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and B, which paint you choose for it. Because shades 100% work for some things, and contrasts 100% work for other things, and then the contrast inks 100% work for some things as well. Like Imperial Fist yellow is a completely different yellow to Iyanden yellow. Why does it have yellow hair? Now, interestingly, this is right. Let's go to my Facebook quickly. This is a interesting subject of conversation. So there is somewhere on here. R.I.P. You absolute legend. Is it pictures of me? And this is just me seeing myself. Oh no, where's the one of me and my popper? There's a picky somewhere of me and Popper. Where is it? There it is. So I was very blonde when I was a kid, so I've always thought of myself as blonde. So yeah, whenever I do avatars and things, I always put blonde hair in because I always think of myself as blonde. But that is Minifro, and that is my Popper, who is absolutely amazing. Yeah, my Popper scratch built cars from scratch. Wanted a canoe, so built himself a canoe. Wanted a boat, so built himself a boat. He made himself a radio-controlled aeroplane, huge thing. Made himself a traction engine, a small traction engine. Like the traction engine was like, I don't know, 2 foot long. But yeah, he was an engineer. He was bloody brilliant. A lot of us were blonde as kids. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like I always think of myself as blonde, despite like looking in the mirror and like it's being like slightly darker or whatever. I miss that fuck it, I'll build it culture. Yeah, he was awesome. Chris is already 6'3". Because his dad is 8'5". That's not my that's not my dad. That's my papa. It's just my mum's dad. It's a really amazing pop you had. Papa Fro. You must have stayed blonde for a bit. I was blonde for a fair while. I mean that's still technically blonde, so that's Ray. If anybody knows Lord Jer, that's Mr. Ray. That's my best friend. There we go. That's me at 15. So still very blonde. Is there another one somewhere? That's my dad. That's Dad Fro. And this is the lathe that my papa left me when he passed away. So that's my metalworking lathe. People are too comfortable just buying stuff these days. That's why I have a lot of respect for passionate people keeping proper traditional craftsmanship alive. After Papa Fro, we now see Papa Fro. Yeah, this is Papa Fro. Is there another picky of me slightly older? I mean, I'm sure there's one of me in Sweden somewhere. I mean, yeah, there we go. I mean, that's. Would you say that's blonde? I kind of think that's blonde. It's just that's blonde. Bonus points if any of you can name any of these guys. It's a bit darker than yours. Is that blonde? I suppose it's getting away from blonde a little bit. I'd still consider it blonde, dirty blonde maybe. Yeah, possibly. Have I got hair? Yeah. Have I got hair? Yes, I've got hair. That I've got covered on that one. There you go, there's a famous one for you. There's a famous one for you. Learn how to play Warhammer. And this is quite funny because I tag Prince every single time. So this is Prince here. I tag Prince every year because it comes up as a memory. I'm like, oh yeah, it's that time of year again. There we go. This is how you play Warhammer. Look, you have to. When you're playing Warhammer, make sure you stick your little pinky out. This was in White Dwarf, by the way. These were the store pickies in White Dwarf. Look how young Chris looks. Yeah, this is I was 20. So yeah, this is in White Dwarf. There we go, blondish. That's Family Fro. That's Sister Fro. There's Little Sister Fro. There's Mummy Fro. There's Daddy Fro. So yeah, you were 20 and looked 15. Profile. Right, let's go back to. Shall we go back to Discord? Yeah, the malediction stuff is interesting. I will print some of the malediction stuff out. I will print some of the malediction stuff out because I need to get a. I do need to get a display case, because I don't have one. I've just got shelves and things, so I need some that have got some doors. Some that have got some doors to keep all the dust out and things. And then this is Avian's. What do we think? Does that look like a shield breaker to everybody? I think it does. I think that's a pretty badass shield breaker, to be honest. I think that's cool as shit. I think that's cool as shit. That I like that a lot. Even like the helmet. Fresh poodles much nicer than dried. Need to figure out a way to keep them. Om nom nom poodles. Oh, have you made poodles? Siege breaker, or do my ears need to be cleaned out? Hey Kemp, how you doing? And then here is Teeny Tiny showing off her freehand skills again. Oh, did I say shield breaker, not siege breaker? I said, yeah, I meant siege breaker. Here's Teeny Tiny painting awesome things. Painting teeny tiny things. Just showing off now, right? Like, here's my thumb, and here's all the tiny little freehand I'm doing on this tiny, tiny model. Bloody good, isn't it? Bloody good. Oh yeah, let's do some more teeny tiny freehand on this teeny tiny model. And oh look, I can see your fingerprints. That's how small this is. It's Ford Prefect. Look at that vest. It's pretty spectacular, isn't it? Those details are crazy, Teeny. There you go, Teeny. That's pretty spectacular, Teeny. It's pretty spectacular. Look at this. It's pretty spectacular. No, it's Ford Perfect. Pretty spectacular. Well done. Oh my word. Oh, this is the one with the tattoo. Look at this. We've got a dude here with a tattoo. That's a good point, actually. That's a very good point. I could, when I'm doing my 40k stuff, because this, I really like this skin tone. I could do some Raven tattoos on sides of heads, couldn't I? That's a really cool point. That's a really good idea. I'm going to use this as inspiration, Mr. Sinister. They're badass. Wow. Awesome Wolfie heads. Geez, I'm over here deciding what Legion to paint. Nice. What Legion are you going to paint? What's up there? What's up there with the ideas? These look really cool. They do look really cool, don't they? I think the orc with the plaid trousers unlocked something in my brain. It's like, let's do plaid everything. Yay! Absolutely fan bloody tastic. Fan bloody tastic. My orc won Luna's Girly Pops prize. Oh, congratulations! Nice one. Congratulations. Girly Pops prize. Space Wolf torsos don't quite fit on the Outriders, but close enough. Oh yeah! Oh wow! Oh, nice one, dude. Just need a little bit of trimming and filling. Swifty Claws. Swifty Claws. Are these the heads for them? They're going to look amazing with like swift back hair and everything. They're great, dude. They're great. In terms of legions for Horus Heresy, do Raven Guard, because Raven Guard are the best legion. Raven Guard are the best. So just do Raven Guard. Then you can have a really grumpy pale skinned dude. You got Swiftcore heads ready too. Are you going to make any of them Taylor Swift themes? The heads are for the jumpers. Oh, amazing.
Christopher, potatoes and October.
Yes. We're getting to those. I was just trying to give Kemp some inspiration to do some Raven Guard. So we definitely need. Oh, Shirato, what a ledge! Hello, dude.
2 months. My word. Said that my Elements Games package for you won't arrive until November because of the Lady Molly's backorder.
That's alright. How are you doing? You're getting a little trophy. Fantastic. Was thinking Blood Angels. Well, you can do Blood Angels. Blood Angels are fine. You'll get some big thumbs up from Purple Spark in chat if you do Blood Angels. Oh my god, how many? Right, so where are we? 9. Orc Day 9. So we have 2 people doing October, doing an Orc a day. Pete and Purples. Tired, never enough sleep, making sukiyaki for friends. Blood Angels are hated by Games Workshop, but they're awesome. They're not hated in 30k. They're not hated in 30k, are they? They're loved in 30k, although they did get a shitty Sanguinius. Yeah, maybe they are hated. Maybe Games Workshop do just hate Blood Angels. I've got a box of Mark II of Salt Marines waiting in a delivery drop box. I'll pass on my way home for the jump packs. Fantastic, Sinister. Fantastic. Orca Day number 10. Orca Day number 10 for Pete. Bloody hell. I'm so jealous of you guys just smashing out models. And then you end up with a kill team at the end of the month. This is awesome. Number 10 for Purples. Sanguinius is cool, but his head is atrocious. He's got noodle hair as well, hasn't he? Who was talking about noodles earlier? Sanguinius has noodle hair. Sanguinius has noodle hair. So day 11. That's awesome. Have you got this guy to paint Purples? Snakebite leather is a fantastic paint. I remember old Snakebite leather, and that was a fantastic paint because I painted all my Tomb Kings back in the day with Snakebite leather. Very, very thin Snakebite leather. Reaper's Wager, Cartel or Spectacle as the main focus for an Armageddon order of battle that will be starting up soon. Oh, which one are you going to pick? Which one are you going to pick, Shirato? Yeah, have you got this one to do, Perps? That's awesome. He's really cool. Looking for opinions? I don't know, dude. Goat combo, OG Snakebite and Sepia Wash. See, I did OG Snakebite over a white primer, shock horror. Very, very thin down. I turned it into a wash. So I did OG Snakebite over a white primer for my Tomb King skeletons. TTS, since it's the West Coast. I don't think you have this one. You don't have this one. No. But you do have a war boss, don't you? You do have an orc boss to do. We will very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Because this is going to make Shirato very, very happy. Oh no. The battery's gone. Make sure I pick up the right sprue. Ding! We have... Let's just move these out of the way. We have a Drakari Archon. Drakari Archon. With 2 eyes, or 4 eyes, sorry. And a Soul Trap. Yay! Reapers is the strongest, most certainly, but it is Crusade, so narrative is fine. It's not midnight here yet. Orca Day 11 of 31. Have you got the one that you need to paint today? Have you moved Leo yet? God, they're really cool, aren't they? Is that a bionic foot, or is that just steel on the top? I'm not firm on the Crusade rules yet. I'm building Wager because I want to include quite a few Harlequins. Leo went to sleep in his bed under the coffee table. Okay, cool. Oh, it is a bionic foot. That's cool. I like the base. Base is nice and simple, but it looks really cool. Oh! That's very funny. It's got a plasma cannon head. It's a plasma cannon barrel, but it's firing... Or maybe they're plasma grenades. And it's got a flamer underneath there. Really cool. Orc 12 of 31. Just proud my new Archon, such a nice mini. He is a really nice model, I do like him. I think Shirato wants everything magnetised on it, which is going to be a pain. But we're going to do. So Chris, can't decide if red to match the Dark Elves you painted for me previously, but feels wrong to put Lady Malice in Vex colours or to go purple. I mean, we go Lady Malice purple, don't we? Surely. Like the really, really cold purple. It's nice that they included a male and female torso as well. Yes, yes, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, that is really cool. And then day 12. Massive barrel. What is it on day 13? What weapons have you got for your Orca Day 13 perps? So yeah, I'll get the we'll get the Archon painted up, ready for when Malice arrives, and Drazar, right? No need for magnets, just Soul Trap and Huskblade. Won't complain if Soul Trap and Blaster are swappable, but definitely the Soul Trap is priority. I mean, the Soul Trap's priority because it looks badass. I'm sure I have some Lady Orcs somewhere. Maybe it's time to get them done. Yes! Yes, Teeny Tiny! Yes, Teeny Tiny, get involved in October! Even Hendy has got involved in October. Look, where's Hendy? Even Hendy has got involved with October. I might do some October at some point, because I do have a Mech Boy, which I think is quite cool. So we will do a Mech Boy at some point. And Lilith! Did you say Lilith as well? Oh my! I'm doing 4. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Right. Yeah, I have got some branches as well to give her a wooden plinth as well. I don't know whether to do that. Oh yes, potatoes.
P-O-T-A. Toes.
You want to finish Zaphod and get Marvin done, but he's nothing like as detailed. Marvin would be cool. This is ever so funny. I love this. This is absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Leo looks like a lion. Correctly named Leo. Oh. Sass. That's absolute sass. Absolute sass. Absolute sass. Poe is not impressed. She's not impressed with something, isn't she? Is that Chips? Found some of my Dark Eldar photos. Don't know if you've seen those. Tempted to resume that project. Definitely should. Okay, that cat is actually blonde. No, that's Tato. Oh, this is Tato. Hi. He's very fluffy. I thought that was Chips. Actually blonde. Have you got a blonde tabby? Teeny thinks you got a blonde tabby, perps. And there's the lion. Poses some Deldar. Actual lion. Oh my word. That's the fluffiest thing ever. That's the fluffiest thing ever. They are certainly fun, and let grabs of Quinn upgrades and artifacts from the Eldari book just means that they are not benefiting as much from Drakari Crusade. That's very overexposed. There's a lot of sun in there. There's a lot of sunlight. Sleeping in the sun. Super floof. Look at the mane. Proper lion. Proper lion is Leo. Proper lion. Right, where's the Deldar? Oh, Sinister, you definitely need to get these going again. Look at that. I love Dark Eldar. I love the Eldar stuff. Love the Eldar stuff. There's the Lilith. Oh, that's cool. I like that. He needed it, Avian. His fur had all matted. Oh no, where's his floof gone? Yeah, he was getting very matted, wasn't he? Oh, Manaringo! Yes, Manaringo! Yes, Manaringo! Oh, that's clever. I like that. Repairing the horse's leg with a bit of plastic. That's great as well. I like that. Also repaired. Oh, dude! For Gondor! For Gondor! For Gondor! For Gondor! Nice, nice repairs, mate. Really nice repairs. They're great. Oh, Haradrim. I love these models. These are really, really cool. Yes. Yes. I love these ones. The old goblins with the big cheesy grins are just brilliant. They're just brilliant. Like, look at that. Big cheesy grin, really cheeky. I love this one with the gong and the big cheesy grin and the big hat. I think it's fantastic. They're brilliant. I love these. The Metal Nazgul are so badass. The Metal Nazgul are really good. Not bad for a couple of quid. That's really, really good. Yeah, a couple of quid. A little bit of work. OG Cartoon Goblins were the best goblins. I really think they were. I really do think they were. They seem to still have just that look about them. I don't know. The goblins just needed magnetising and bases sorting out. So much mould lines needed removing. Rebuilding the mounted Nazgul horse legs was a fair bit of work. Yeah, but it looks really good. You've done a really good job with them. Done a really good job with them. They look great. Done really well. Really well done, everybody. Really well done, everyone. Fantastic, all of you. These look awesome. Oh, I've got so many Drukhari. So many Drukhari. Absolutely brilliant. Keep bashing those extra Lancers and Haywires. Took some work, yes. You have 3 Scourge units built, 2 with Lancers and 1 with Haywire. I did... What did I do? I did 1 unit with Dark Lancers, 1 unit with Haywire, and 1 unit with Melter. Whatever the Melter one's called, I can never remember what the Melter one's called. 1 unit with Haywire, 1 unit with Heat Lancers, 1 unit with Heat Lancers, and then they've all got different wings. So I've got feathered wings, bat wings, and then the wings from the Tau. What was the Tau kill team that came out? The Kroot kill team that came out. Vespids, the Vespid wings. I've got 5 of them with the Vespid wings, which look really cool. I've been watching the live and popping in and out. I listened to your plan for 3 separate colour schemes in the Raven Guard. Is your Raven Guard Horus Heresy the central project at the moment? It is indeed. It is indeed. This video is just about finished. This video is going to be focused on painting the cloaks and saving and working with transfers, which is going to be really, really cool. And then after this, I will probably, if I can pick up a Contemptor, because I need a Contemptor Dreadnought sprue. If I can pick up a Contemptor Dreadnought, I will do the Deliverer colour scheme on a Dreadnought, which will be really, really cool. So that'll be fab. That guy came together really nicely. This guy, I think he's alright. I was saying earlier, actually, I think he's a little bit busy. Like, he doesn't look, like if you look at him there like that, without the context of the Raven thing, he doesn't look like a Raven Guard. He doesn't look bad. He doesn't look like a million miles away from a Raven Guard, but he doesn't particularly look like one. So I think this guy will be fine until I can do another one. I might make another one. I might do another Praetor out of this guy. Or maybe I need to get another one of these and just like sculpt, like clean up a little bit of it and then sculpt things on it. Like these bits, for instance, these bits here don't need to be there. So I could clean those off and then sculpt Raven skulls on here. Like clean that out there and put a Raven skull in there, and just things like that. It just needs. I just think it needs cleaning up a little bit in terms of what you can see. And then if I did the backpack and everything, I could like sculpt another Raven. I don't know. Like there's sculpting and things that I could do on this, I think. But to get things done and to try and get a video out, I think he's all right. I think he's done okay. Yeah, I think. I mean, that's obviously going to give him context and stuff while he's standing next to his regular troops. He definitely looks. I mean, to be fair, he looks more Raven Guardy straight away, doesn't he? Yeah, point taken. Point taken. Okay, point taken. Yeah. What weapons are you feeling fits with the Deliverer Contemptor Dreadnought? Something melee and close. Yes, definitely. So the melee. The Contemptor, the Deliverer Contemptor is going to have 2 claws, a Havoc Launcher, and then the other Dreadnought. Where's the other Dreadnought? Have I put it away? I think I put the other one away because it was getting dusty. The other Dreadnought, he's going to be the. He's going to have like an auto cannon or something. He's going to be a bit more heavy support. But yeah, the Deliverer Contemptor is going to be charging forward. He's going to have a banner as well. We're going to give him a banner as well, as was suggested on Blue Sky. So he's going to have a banner as well. So he's going to be very like distraction Carnifex kind of thing. Sucker for a gun and claw combo. It feels more utilitarian. That's going to be the regular. So the regular Raven Guard Contemptor is going to have a gun and claw. That's going to be fine. But the Deliverer one, that's going to be quite good fun. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get an announcement for either, and I'm happy with either Mark IV or Mark V. If we can get either Mark IV or new Mark IV or Mark V kits, then those ones are going to be my reconnaissance squads. So I can do 2 reconnaissance squads or maybe 3 reconnaissance squads with the Mark IV armour, and then I will probably do, because you get them in a box of 20, don't you? So I'll do 3 squads of reconnaissance squads, so the 15, and then the other one I will probably do another unit of I'll probably do another unit of destroyers in Mark IV, unless anybody has an idea for another use for the Mark IVs. I've seen someone come up with a Raven Guard Moritat Contemptor Dreadnought. This feels up your alley for a few. A Moritat Contemptor? Talk to me. Talk to me. Explain what that. And anybody else in Twitch chat, like Avian or Sinister or whoever's like Horus Heresy intelligent. What would a Moritat Contemptor Dreadnought feel like? That would be cool. Like, there's my Moritat. There's my Moritat conversion. He's looking alright. But you can see how dusty they're getting. They're just getting really dusty, so I'm trying to just stay on top of keeping the desk dust free. And I've got to show it off again. Check out the sword. It's so simple. If you remove the hilt from the Horus Heresy sword, it looks so badass. So brilliantly perfect. So that's my Destroyer Sergeant, who's really, really good. A Moritat Contemptor Dreadnought. I like that. I like that. I might, if I was to do one of those, I might get another one of these torsos and clean it up like this again. Because I don't actually I like this bit. The raven skull and the wings on the centre look really, really cool. But all the weird markings and everything on the torso, I'm not really a big fan of. So I would probably get another one of these, clean up the torso again like this, clean up the torso again, and then use transfers and battle damage and things. That would be quite cool. Mark IV would be strong for Raven Guard command leadership, but not line officers. Oh, I could do a Mark IV Legion command squad. Yeah, because I've tried to keep everything Mark VI. Like, I've done Mark VI Destroyer Assault Squads. I've done Mark VI Destroyers. I've started converting the Mordathan squad, so I've got 10 Mordathan all ready to have their cloaks sculpted on. So they're looking really, really cool. There's the assault squads, Mark VI assault squads, which are looking great. I just think the Mark IV claws look far better. Yeah. Well, they look better for Raven Guard, in my opinion. Forward ops units tend to run a mix of this and that, just so they're prepared for anything. Oh! You use a mix of this and that. Oh yeah, and of course, my proudest conversion. I think that just looks badass. Badass as hell. This guy's getting painted up ASAP. Fantastic. He looks really, really cool. So that's the missile launcher in the destroyer squad with rad missiles. Is it rad missiles that these ones have? So I've got to make that like nuclear glow or something. Cleaned up a little bit on the back. Didn't make that quite as long. That's a heavy bolter handle. And then put a little tiny little raven skull on the thing there as well. The Moritat Contemptor Dreadnought was given the story of working in conjunction with destroyer squads and despoiler squads, with the Dreadnought popping in around corners to cleanse corridors. Oh my god! Oh my god! Moritat Contemptor Dreadnought was given the story of working in conjunction with destroyer and despoiler squads, with the Dreadnought popping in and around corners to cleanse corridors. So close support Dreadnought with 2 ranged weapons. Well, no, you want 2 claws with underslung flamer and like Volkite or plasma. I mean, I'm an absolute sucker for Volkite at the moment. I absolutely love Volkite. Oh, that would be really cool. How would you make it look different? Oh, I've got to do that now. That's amazing. That sounds really cool. A Moritat Dreadnought. Wonder what weapons you could give it then. Because a Moritat is, I mean, you just give it underslung. You give it underslung. One underslung Volkite and one underslung Plasma, right? You can make a claw that has a barrel in the centre of it. Yeah, that was the Flamer one, wasn't it? Is that on the Leviathan? It's like the claw and then it's got the Flamer sticking out of the centre. With underslung high number of shot weapons. What's the biggest Volkite then? There's a big Volkite something, isn't there? A Ballistus with a shoulder-mounted rocket pod and a giant las cannon. A Ballistus? Kind of want to give my Dreadnoughts arms carrying weapons, kind of like tech. Yeah, that would be cool. Culverin has the highest number of shots, right? If not counting the Night Lord's Contekar Volkite. What's that one? So the Culverin. So it's just that I just need to get the biggest Volkite mounted underneath, and then what about the Saturnine Plasma things? They're probably a bit too big, aren't they? Where's my? You can't really mount that underneath a claw, can you? This is a Deliverer's. This is the start of the Deliverer colour scheme. I need to change this grey now though, because I've done this new grey, or the new black for the Raven Guard. I need to change this black on all the Deliverers that I've painted. You might have seen these on Warcom, the Deliverers Saturnine ones that I did. Short range under 15. Does the Saturnine Dread have a big disintegrator? It does, yeah. The Saturnine one has a big. The Saturnine one has a big everything, I think. Yeah, so I'll get this again. Get this again and like just sand down and fill all these little bits. I might leave, if I sand all this down, I could probably leave that on the Moritat one. Make it different from the Deliverer one. Where's the Saturnine Dreadnought? Where's the Saturnine Dreadnought? There it is. Yeah, so that's the disintegrator. That's a disintegrator one there. That's a plasma one. There you go. Disintegrator plasma. Maybe use a Volkite Saka from the Saber Strike tank. No, I'll just use the. I've got the Volkite. I've got the Volkite sprue from the special weapon sprue. Games Workshop sent me the special weapon sprue when Age of Darkness came out, so I'll just make use of that and just underslung that underneath a claw, and then it's just Volkite and plasma, right? Have I got a plasma? I don't think I have a plasma actually. Should pick up the Saturnine box and start a Death Guard project. You definitely should, Sinister. You definitely should. Death Guard would be really cool. I think I have some of the Night Lords Volkite is the one from the Terminators, right? Because I have those Terminators. Because my other Legion are so I have 2 other Legions. I've got Night Lords, which have got lots more tanks because all the tanks that I've got have gone to the Night Lords. And then I've got Dark Angels, and the Dark Angels I've just got at the moment. I've just got the special units, so I need to pick up one box of Mark II for the rest of the Dark Angels. I'm going to do like a very simple Zone Mortalis boarding party for the Dark Angels. How do you feel? How do you all feel the Raven Guard would use a Saturnine Dreadnought? Tactically, it feels too slow. Yeah, I wouldn't have a Saturnine. I won't have a Saturnine in the. I only did these because Games Workshop sent me the Saturnine Terminators, and I was like, well, if you send them to me, I'll paint them as deliverers, which is really cool. Definitely see the Saturnine. The Saturnine Terminators definitely feel delivery. Fuck Dark Angels. Deary me. At least Olivia doesn't say that. Purples. At least Olivia likes Dark Angels. Famously, Olivia likes Dark Angels more than she likes Blood Angels. That's a little bit of true fact there for you, for all you Olivia fans. And then that's the Destroyer Squad, the Destroyer Assault Squad missile launcher.
Fuck Dark Angels and Space Wolves.
Olivia doesn't like Space Wolves. Well, that's all right, Olivia, because Olivia. You might not know this, but Olivia, I'm going to turn lots of Space Wolves into Raven Guard. Right, last few minutes of the stream, guys. It's just me being jealous. Are you passing your jealousy onto Olivia? Wolves and Dark Angels had so many awesome models. They really do. They really did. But Purples, just think about this. Maybe Space Hulk gets redone very, very soon, and Blood Angel Terminators are the selling point, cover story, whatever you want to say, for Space Hulk. So then everybody starts loving Blood Angels. Maybe that's going to happen. Blood Angels Assault Termies. Like, you never know. Maybe they would even like sculpt really cool things on their armor to make them look like, even more Da Vincian. Do you dry brush the highlights or do brush lining? I don't do dry brushing. I don't do dry brushing. So all my vehicles and everything are all brush painted. No dry brushing here, unless it's on a base, and I don't even do that anymore. But we still have the crappy Sanguinary Guard and Sanguinor. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, crappy Sanguinary Guard and the Sanguinor. However, there is a really nice Archon. Right. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Right, so a Moritat Dreadnought. Moritat Dreadnought. What would a Vigilator Dreadnought look like? What would a Vigilator Dreadnought look like? Why not? I fear dry brushing so much because it looks crap. Dry brushing looks crap, and I like painting. So I like painting, and I like the process of painting. And just getting a massive dry brush and dry brushing over a model, I'm just not interested in. Yeah, I wonder whether what would a Vigilator Dreadnought look like? I think the Moritat Dreadnought is a bit more It is a bit more enticing because it does kind of link in with destroyers and despoilers, whereas you couldn't really see a Vigilator Dreadnought, like, because these are supposed to be like just a little bit sneaky, and sit them with like a unit of Seekers. You're not going to have a massive Dreadnought in there with a sniper rifle, are you? But Moritat Dreadnought definitely seems quite interesting. That sounds quite cool. Have you heard the latest from Valrak? Yes, Plastic Warhound Titan. Skill issue, I can make dry brushing look amazing. Oh dear. Tis a skill issue. I'm terrible at slap chop. My slap chops look crap. I've no idea what that says, Samid. Eldam, try laying down a varnish before dry brushing so that you can go back with a Q-tip. What, and dry brushing like oil paints or something? Slap chop always looks crap. Hendy's slap chop. Hendy chop always looks pretty good. I'm always quite jealous of people who can do good slap chop, because they can do loads of models really quick. Although, to be fair, I've done these really quick and they look great. Like, I need to do the eyes. I need to finish the eyes. But I think these look great. So I've done like 30 of those and they've not really taken me that long at all. So we're smashing out the Raven Guard. And like I said, I have been invited to SN to do a battle report. Define quick. Well, it didn't take me that long, did it? Yeah, as soon as the Raven Guard are done, I will head over to SN and do a battle report for the SN guys, which would be quite cool. Slap chop can work really well within a Grim Dart scheme. Slap chop, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not getting involved in the ins and outs of dry brushing a slap chop and stuff like that because I like painting. So it's fine. I'm not going to dry brush a Golden Demon entry. Put it that way. Right. I do, however, need to. I don't know whether I've told you this. I've ripped his hair off. So I'm going to resculpt. I'm going to resculpt his hair. Plenty of Golden Demons dry brush their models. I'm not getting into it. So I'm gonna resculpt his hair on. And I still haven't decided whether to give him a whip. I don't know whether to give him the whip. I'm really tempted to. And use a little bit of kind of curled up, rolled up, twisted up like copper wire or something and get a really cool like whip out of it. So is it me or does his head look tiny? His head looks tiny because I've sanded it all down. His head looks tiny because it is literally been sanded down so that I've got room to sculpt on top of it. But it's a Primaris head, and it's actually larger than the one that you than Corax's actual head. So it's fine. Right. So yeah, I'm going to resculpt his hair. And then I need to finish off sculpting all the rocks and all of this stuff down here as well, so that we can start painting him, because he's going to look fantastic. He's going to look absolutely fantastic. Right.
I should send you Gilliboy's head for shits and giggles.
For what reason, Purples? To put on Corax's base, like just rip out his throat and have like a big spine, sculpt a spine hanging out of Gulliman's head, and then put it on Corax's base, like on this bit here, like put it on this bit here, where the sewage water is going to be falling out and creating like a little puddle of water on there, and then just fill Gulliman's head up like half filled with like shitty water for you to do with whatever you wish. That would be very, very funny. Right, so let's go find somebody to raid into, everybody. Has there been, before we do go, has there been any more Warcom stuff? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing it was just Black Goblins and that was it. Cryo, Nikki, Glorious and Mad Cat. Who's Mad Cat? Glorious Badger? I've only got Cryo on my list. So it looks like a Cryo raid again. Cryo's looking out. Cryo's got 2 raids from me. There we go. Right, have a good one, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to try and finish recording this because this just needs like a few like little kind of sharp highlights just to finish it all off, and then I will do. He needs this spinning video done for the end of the video, and then I can start doing the voiceover to this video. I do, however, have 3 hours worth of painting content that I've recorded for this that I need to trim down to about 30 minutes. But like I say, I'm going to try and focus on transfers and painting the cloak on this video, so it should be alright, we'll see. But I think he looks fab. I do think he looks good. Right, thank you very much, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, have an amazing evening, and I'll see you all later.